What's up guys, this is John, and you're watching Old Stuff is Cool. Today we have something a little bit different for you. Recently I posted a video when I went to visit family in New York, had a comic haul, but one thing I didn't have time to squeeze into that video was the furthering of bringing my collection from New York back to Boston. This time I was able to squeeze one long box into the car, so I actually took some footage when we first got back from that trip, and it was a nice stroll down memory lane. A lot of the books, the titles came from the early 2000s, but it's a bit of a hodgepodge as well. Anyway, I thought it'd be great to bring you along as I flip through that long box, kind of share the significance and some of the memories associated as I picked up some of those titles. And the good thing is we have a nice variety of Marvel, DC, and independent books in the mix. So I think wherever your interests lie, you'll find something interesting in this long box. But before we get to that, if I could ask you a huge favor to help support the channel, you can hit that like button, comment down below, or subscribe if you haven't done so already, and don't miss out on any new videos. You can also find me over on Instagram at oldstuffiscool. You can see some additional content. You can reach out to me. We can talk comic books, talk shop, whatever you like. I appreciate you guys tuning in for this one, and now on to the long box.
Alright guys, so here is my long box that I brought back from New York. What I have left still from my childhood collection is about 2 long boxes and 5 short boxes. And then we'll have the collection all together. So slowly, it's making its way from New York to Boston. This time we've got some books that, some series I think that I collect. It's the divider for Captain America here. We'll put that to good use. I'm also using my kind of like a necklace mount the first time. So apologies if the angle gets a little wonky. I would like to eventually use this for digging footage when I'm on the hunt at a comic book store. You might also see some things around my bedroom, which is where I am, showing you this box. So if you see a duffel bag or some clothes, that's from the recent trip to New York. Anyway, Captain America is the first thing here. So we got Captain America 25, the Ed McGuinness variant, and I think I might need to pull some books out so I can rifle through this. I guess this might be the best way. I pulled the trunk out, but you can see here, I had been reading the Ed Brubaker Captain America in trade, and it eventually jumped on and added to my pull list. And in hindsight, I've actually collected Captain America on and off, much to my surprise, over the course. I didn't really get into him in the 90s. I mean, that's where through the dollar book shows and stuff, I've been catching up on some older Cap. Read some trades here and there. One thing I don't have anymore is the Rick Remender, I think the first 12 issues or so of that. And so more Cap. And this goes right to the end of the series before they renumbered it to, I think it's like Captain America and. So whether it be like Falcon or Captain America and Winter Soldier, I finished up that run. Got Captain America Reborn here. Again, apologies if the angles are a little funky. 1 through 5, 6? Yeah. And then kind of related issues, Winter Soldier, Winter Kills, Fallen Sun. I kind of forgot about some of these. And I guess when I was picking these up off the stands, I got some variant covers. On one of these, Kate Bishop, I think features her first, like this Michael Turner cover, might be Kate Bishop's first cover appearance or something like that. I will push these to the side. Then Flash, Jeff Johns. This is a run I recently completed, so I will be happily combining those remaining issues here. Otherwise, I got Iron Heights, I got one of the trade paperbacks. But while there's not a lot of key issues, this really started, I think Flash started my love for all things Jeff Johns and DC. So at the same time, some books that I got that were on my pull list related were like JSA, Hawkman. It's not Jeff Johns, but I really enjoyed Kevin Smith's run on Green Arrow. So there's some great like Brian Boland covers in this Flash run. I go through that pretty fast. And this keeps going right to the end of the Johns run. Professor Zoom, a great villain to have come out of this run. I think a lot of his characteristics have been mashed up into Professor Zoom. Rather Reverse Flash and how he's been characterized. Kind of the way Danny Ketch Ghost Rider, like elements of that character have been fused with the Johnny Blaze version to get one cool version. Some great Michael Turner covers from this time. And one thing I don't have, and I'm not quite sure why I purged it, but much like Captain America, there was a Flash Rebirth series which brought back Barry Allen. And I did collect it. I don't think it's actually that much money. So while I own it digitally, I'll be on the hunt for Flash Rebirth. Oh, and then this iconic book of the 90s. I still have it. Well, it's not in it's opened, but all the contents are here. Superman 75. That's kind of something I've been on the hunt for. Some of those old Doomsday issues, probably because of the fond memories. Got a newsstand version too of issue 75 because, hey, these comics are gonna put my kids through college. And I might have had more Superman issues, but I think as I whittled down my collection at like 2 or 3 times over the past 2 or 3 times in my lifetime, I can easily say this is what we're left with. Then I think it was this Adventure of Superman 500 where he returns, also polyback. Then we've got a bunch of the Dreamwave Productions Transformers. This is the preview. I have quite a number of these. A very cool foil cover, number 1. There were a few mini-series of these. And I think that's the first volume. There's a second volume here with a foil Megatron cover. And I also got a regular cover. I always thought I didn't get variant covers much, but in digging through some of the old comics, I definitely grabbed a few variant covers. Especially, I know much drama with Pat Lee. But he was a fun artist, and he got me into my first Transformers comics. And I think this is more than meets the eye. A number of different Transformers series from Dreamwave. This one I don't think is complete. This one I'm probably missing like 4 or 5 issues. Sunstorm there. Yeah, I stopped at issue 4, but I've considered getting some. Maybe just the completionist in me. War Within, which is kind of a flashback prequel series. I think there's a video game too. Some cool Cybertronian designs. So I wave 1 through 6. That's it for Dreamwave Productions Transformers. And then you can see, as I readjust, a few issues of Daredevil that remained, which, funny enough, is all the Shadowland story arc. I quite enjoyed it. Andy Diggle is the writer. The big, besides this black costume, which is pretty badass, the big to-do about Shadowland is, as Daredevil is the head of the hand, trying to use those dirty ninja for good. He unfortunately kills Bullseye. Bullseye got better. You can see here Ghost Rider, one of the early revivals of Ghost Rider. Yeah, so that was Daredevil Shadowland, what I had got from that time. I love this series. Taskmaster, Studio Udon was doing art. I forget who wrote it. It might be Gail Simone, because Gail Simone also wrote Taskmaster, Deadpool, and Agent X. That was nice little, like, early 2000s? mid 2000s maybe. Try and get my X-Men together, so issues of X-Men Unlimited I managed to fit in here. It might be a little random what you see, but basically whatever kind of made sense as I filled this long box is what you see. Phoenix Endsong. I love Greg Pak's writing, but I didn't care for this series. I probably need to reread it though, because a lot of my disdain for it is Greg Land's pencils. And if you like Greg Land's artwork, good for you. I don't know. I've really come to dislike it more and more over the years. Speaking of Jeff Johns, before, we've got his run on Avengers here. And I just missed out on the Kurt Busiek, George Perez run, which this follows up on. This, I think, is a little bit of this run is slept on. But we've got Jeff Johns' run, which I don't think, didn't really have a lasting effect, but what comes towards the end of it is the setup for Brian Michael Bendis' run, which leads into New Avengers. This is a little bit of a controversial issue, showing some naughty time between Hank Pym and Janet Van Dyne. Some Scott Collins art, who also frequent collaborator with Jeff Johns during that Flash run. So for me, it was cool to see that their work here on Avengers. Kind of cool Hulk and She-Hulk there. And then we're going to roll into Disassembled, which totally moved the pieces. Oh, no, there's a Chuck. Good Lord, I forgot there's a Chuck Austin part before Disassembled came. I quickly jumped up. I really do not like Chuck Austin's works, especially on X-Men, so I was not going to collect his run on Avengers here. And this actually is all my Avengers, which, yeah, this is kind of where I came in on it. The finale. Look at that. Free comic book day from New England Comics Boston. Early free comic book day here for sure. I don't even know what year that is. And then here we go. Speaking of, this is a later Bendis run and has John Romita Jr. on art. Wonder Man had a heel turn there. Some Kang stuff. Stuff with the Illuminati, Infinity Gauntlet. The Hood with a gauntlet. Bendis loved using the Hood. Great cover here with Iron Man and the gauntlet. And just because it's quasi-alphabetical, we've got Bendis' New Avengers. I think I have this whole run. Some great work with Sentry, Spider-Woman, and just to his credit, the first time to put all these A-list characters together, kind of like what Morrison did with the JLA. Before this, you put Spider-Man, Wolverine, Cap, Iron Man, and then even some writer favorites like Luke Cage, Ronin. Some great Spider-Woman covers. I don't know what Jessica Drew Spider-Woman really is up to nowadays. I know she had her own series, but after the reboot or cancellation, I don't know if a new volume came out. I think characters, some of the lesser known characters, or B tier or below, they really benefit from time out of the spotlight, recharge, and maybe have a new writer. Civil War issues. Go a little faster. David Finch work. Is it David Finch? No, not David Finch. Leno Yu. Yeah, the Bendis New Avengers run. That's good stuff. There might be an omnibus of this, I think, or if not now already. This is one I'm sure we'll see collected soon. Secret Invasion. which I quite enjoyed. And between New Avengers and actually a lot of the setup was here in New Avengers. And I don't know if I need to be doing commentary the whole time or if you guys just want to see the comics. But I mean, these, are in sequential order. A nice hood cover. There's if you guys play Marvel Snap, that's one of the card variants you can get for the hood. Didn't realize it was New Avengers cover there. And some of these I see the cover and I don't recall the storyline. But my memory can be pretty bad. There's Siege. I thought that was an enjoyable crossover. Oh, nice little Luke Cage, Jessica Jones marriage issue. Annual giant size Avengers. I think New Avengers actually. Bendis Avengers, Illuminati. This is towards the end of the box. Yeah. Yep. Illuminati miniseries, rather. So that is the long box I brought back for this trip.
All right, so that was quite a lot of books, and it's nice to have the collection further coming together. I believe I still have 2 long boxes and maybe like 4 to 6 short boxes left to haul over. It's a gradual process, so if you like this video, this idea, please let me know, because I'd love to have you along as I bring further parts of my collection together, unified, reunited. It feels so good. So thank you guys, you've been great. If you want to check out another video, I'll make sure to leave one over here and over here, so you can further the comic book goodness. But otherwise, that's gonna do it for this video. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I'll catch you next time. Take care.